All right, today we're jumping into a review of a supplement called HepatoBurn, and we're going to break down its main idea, which is pretty interesting. What if the real secret to weight loss isn't what we've always been told, but it actually has to do with the health of your liver? Let's get into the concepts from the source material and see what it's all about. So let's just dive right in. The source we're looking at today kicks things off with a question that probably sounds, well, pretty familiar to a lot of us. Are you dealing with that stubborn fat that just refuses to go away? Or maybe that feeling of being completely wiped out all the time, no matter what you do? You know, if that's hitting a little close to home, the source throws out a pretty compelling idea. What if it's not actually your fault? What if there's something else going on, something deeper than just the usual diet and exercise routine? So, what is this something else? Well, according to the source material, the answer is one of the busiest, hardest working organs in your body, your liver. The review basically describes it as the main fat-burning engine for your entire system. And this slide, I think, really breaks down the whole idea perfectly. Over on the left, you've got what the source calls a healthy liver. Think of it like a furnace, just efficiently torching the food you eat and turning it into energy. But then on the right, you see a sluggish liver. The claim here is that it gets overloaded, overwhelmed with toxins, and instead of burning food for fuel, it starts storing it as body fat. Okay, so if the problem is a sluggish liver, then what's the solution? This is exactly where the source introduces the product designed to tackle this specific issue. It's called HepatoBurn. So what is HepatoBurn exactly? Well, the way the review explains it, it's a dietary supplement, a formula made from a blend of natural plants and nutrients, and its whole purpose, as the source states it, is to get in there, support your liver's health, and hopefully get your body back to burning fat the way it should. But how does it supposedly do that? The source breaks the process down into what it calls a two-step liver tune-up. So let's take a look at what those two steps actually are. Okay, so first up is purification. The idea here is that the ingredients help the liver clear out all the gunk, the toxins, so its cells can basically heal and regenerate. Then, once that's done, you move to step 2, fat burning. This is where the formula supposedly kicks your metabolism into a higher gear, turning your body into what the source calls a full-time fat-burning machine. Right. This brings us to the big question. What's actually in this stuff? The source breaks the ingredients down into 2 main groups, or complexes, and each one is designed to handle one of those 2 steps we just talked about. First, you've got the liver purification complex. You'll probably recognize some of these names, like silymarin from milk thistle. The source points out it's a pretty well-known ingredient for liver support. Then you've got bertrain, berberine, molybdenum, and glutathione, which is a really powerful antioxidant. According to the review, this whole blend is all about cleansing and protecting the liver. And then we have this second group, the liver fat-burning complex. This is where you see ingredients like resveratrol, Camellia sinensis, which you almost certainly know as green tea extract, plus genistein, chlorogenic acid, and choline. The whole point of this mix, as the source explains it, is to fire up the metabolism and get the body to tap into stored fat for energy. All right, so we've covered what it is and how it supposedly works. Now let's switch gears and get into the practical stuff. What are the benefits people are reporting? What's the cost? And what kind of guarantee are we talking about? So what are people supposedly getting out of this? Well, the review highlights a few key things. Of course, the main one is support for healthy weight loss. But it also lists some other interesting benefits, like a serious boost in energy, helping the body's natural detox process, and even improvements in overall wellness, like better skin and digestion. And here's how the purchasing options are laid out on the official website. You can grab a single bottle, which is a 30-day supply. But the source points out that the bigger packages, the 90 and 180-day supplies, are marked as the popular choice and the best value, since the price per bottle goes down quite a bit. Okay, this next slide has just one number on it, but according to the review, it's a really, really important one, 60. So what's the 60 all about? That stands for their 60-day money-back guarantee. And the source makes a huge deal out of this, quoting that if you aren't happy for any reason, they'll give you a full refund, even if the bottles are empty. It's really presented as the thing that makes trying it out a pretty low-risk decision. And that brings us right back to the big question, the one that this entire review is built around. We've looked at the claims about how a sluggish liver could be holding you back and how this 2-step supplement is designed to fix it. So we're left with this final thought. Could taking care of your liver really be the missing piece of the whole weight loss puzzle? The source material has certainly made its case.